going on, everyone? So today we have to talk about XRP. So yesterday we talked about XRP. We talked about some news coming out for it, and we talked about some of the price predictions for XRP coming in the future. But today we're going to talk about a new payment processor that's going to be using XRP. And we're also going to be talking about that news as well as some price action as well. So stick around to the end of the video. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So let's go over the news first because this is pretty big. This says XRP price may be on the verge of a surge as Swift trials Ripple integration. So this is going to be pretty big. Swift, the backbone of global payments, and I know you all know what Swift is, has begun testing Ripple's XRP ledger as it prepares to move to the ISO 2022 standard in 2025. So that might sound technical, but for XRP holders, it is very important. If the tests go well, XRP could be, if the tests go well, XRP could become a bridge asset that moves money across borders faster and cheaper than anything the banking system uses today. So see, XRP is actually about to be at the forefront of banking crypto, and it really already is. And this is huge because if Swift starts using them as their backbone of global payments, this is actually huge. So this is absolutely big. So right now, international payments through Swift can take up to 5 days and cost $26 to $50 per transfer. So XRP can do the same in under 4 seconds for less than a fraction of a cent if banks start using it at scale. And this is the beautiful thing about crypto, because almost every single crypto is like this. Like, you can do the same thing on Solana. If I were to say anything, I think Solana is actually more efficient than XRP, but I guess people can argue on that. Sui, I would say, is more efficient. There's a lot of more efficient projects, but XRP is at the forefront because it is one of the big dogs. It's been around forever, and they have connections and ties to banks and to institutional investors. So XRP is like at the top right now. So any of these large banks or institutional investors that want to come into crypto and get onboarded onto the blockchain, they got to go through XRP because they make it easy for them. Anyways, Ripple built a case for utility. Ripple is not waiting for Swift to make up its mind. The company is already building momentum with partnerships like the one with SBI in Japan. That deal introduced a Ripple stablecoin, RLUSD, which I talked about yesterday, to make converting between cash and crypto faster and smoother. Each time XRP is used as the bridge in these transactions, it adds to the token's utility. So as you can see, XRP, it's going to be in the future really big, really big. Right. So when I say like $10 XRP, I really mean, I do believe that $10 can be a reality for XRP. So let me show you guys what that would look like, possibly during this bull run, hopefully. So what we would be looking at is taking the circulating supply, multiplying by 10, which is $10, would bring us to a $594 billion market cap, which XRP is already at 168 billion and 283 billion in fully diluted value. So XRP is pretty huge already. So yeah, it might get above $10 during this run. Who knows? Like, XRP might be at $20 this run, right? 20, 25. It could be at anything. If we were to look at $20 for this bull run for XRP, that'd be a 1.1 trillion in market cap. Of course, though, we would have to have Ethereum at least 2 trillion. If this were to happen, Ethereum at least 2 trillion. So can $20 for XRP happen inside the near future? It's actually possible, especially with all the things going on with XRP. Like, people are expecting Ethereum to get to 10,000 and possibly even $15,000. That would be pretty good, and I do believe that Ethereum can do that. And just to kind of show you guys what the market cap would be looking at for Ethereum, let's go ahead and take and multiply Ethereum circulating supply by 10K. So at $10,000, Ethereum would be worth 1.2 trillion. So it would be above XRP if XRP went to 20. Or you could say Ethereum 15K. A lot of people are saying this as well, which is 1.8 trillion. So Ethereum at its peak for this bull run is going to be around 10K to 15K, which will be about 1.2 trillion to 1.8 trillion inside of market cap. But if you come back here and you look at XRP, XRP is probably it's got to be a little bit below Ethereum. XRP cannot surpass Ethereum. I don't think the crypto market's going to let that happen. Institutional investors, nobody's letting that happen. Nobody's letting XRP pass Ethereum. But XRP is always going to be the successor. It's always going to be like right below it. So if Ethereum technically hits 10,000 in market cap, or no, 10,000 in price, or 15,000 in price, which is 1.2 trillion in market cap, or 1.8 trillion in market cap, then what we could end up seeing for XRP is $20 inside of market cap, possibly, which is 1.1 billion. So that's why I say $10 to $20 in market cap, because $10 would bring XRP to 594 billion, but it's probably going to end up passing $10. Let's be honest, it'll probably end up passing it. So $20. I think $20 is a very, very possible reality for XRP. I think it is possible. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think that $10 or that $20 is possible? Give or take, let's just round it up to 1.2 trillion in market cap. Do you think it's possible for XRP to hit 1.2 trillion in market cap? That is the real question. I think that there is a possibility that it can do it this bull run. So I think that is possible, $20. And all you really have to do is take and subtract that by the, well, not subtract, but actually divide that by the current market cap. I knew I was doing something wrong. And that would give you a 7x from where we are now. So do you think XRP will 7x? I think it will. So anywhere from $10 to $20 in XRP is my price prediction. I do believe it will hit it this bull market. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think that XRP will get to $20 or $10 this bull run? That's actually a very good question. Now, as for the short term, we are still trading within this channel. We are kind of at the bottom of it. Like, we've actually broken out of it briefly, very briefly, but we're back into it. So this is kind of weird here. Now, the %R trend exhaustion has not yet been over exhausted to the downside. We have not seen it going all the way down to the downside. We need it to go down a little bit more. And when we see this happen, we're also going to see Bitcoin dropping down to about 99K inside of market cap. I've been saying that all along. Bitcoin is going to reach 99K in market cap. Just be prepared. Some people don't believe me, but it is what it is. I really don't care. It is going to end up getting somewhere down there. It's already at 108.4K. So I've given 3 numbers for Bitcoin, right? Well, actually 4. The first one, I was like, all right, we're pulling back to 112K. When we're at 123K, I'm like, we're pulling back to 112K. That's our next Fibonacci support, right? We did it to a T. We pulled back to 112K. We had a bounce, tried to recover, could not. Did not have enough momentum to continue the uptrend inside of Bitcoin. So we pulled back here to 100K, tried to pump out, couldn't do it, broke down. I was like, what is the next area for us to hit? And I said it, 108K. That is the next Fibonacci support. So what happened? We hit the next Fibonacci support. That's 108K. Boom, hit that. Started recovering from there. And I was like, hey, if we cannot pass 112K, we are going to continue to go down. And what happened? We did not pass 112K. We got rejected. We continued to go down on Bitcoin. And I was like, what's the next support for us? Well, after 108K, what is that? 104K is the next Fibonacci support for us. So I like to call this the stair step method. We are taking the stair steps down. And this is actually good that we're taking the stair steps down. We're not just going straight up, down, all the way to 90K or 99K. I mean, we're taking the stair step. So the next area here will be 104K here. I do have a lot of stuff on here, so I know you probably looks a little bit of a mess, but it is what it is. Let me take off this zone here. That is the buy zone I set up, which I put that between 99K and 104K, because anywhere between 199K or anywhere between 99K and 104K is a good buy zone in my personal opinion. Anyways, 104K is that next support. And then after 104K, we are then looking down here towards 99K. Those are the Fibonacci supports that we are seeing. So those are what I have set up here. So anyways, let me know again, you guys think that it can do this, or do you think that it's absolutely crazy and that nothing like that is going to happen? Just let me know what you guys think is more likely to happen inside of XRP and Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. So, and also Another thing that I'm seeing here is the MACD. The MACD is definitely oversold here on XRP. So just because it's oversold doesn't mean it can't stay oversold for a little bit longer. But technically speaking, it could recover from here. So that's why if we get rejected at 112K again, if we try to come up, then we come even farther down, right? And then if you look at the percent R trend exhaustion, it doesn't look like it's completely exhausted to the downside. Usually it'll give us this little bar with the up arrow once it's about to start going up like it did here, or right here, just like it did up here. And this one was kind of like a false breakout right here. That one was false. This one was not a false breakout. It showed us that same signal, ended up taking off. We see it time and time again. Same signal over here, took off. When you see this signal, it takes off. Up here, that's what started all of this, and then so on and so forth. So we are probably going to end up seeing a breakout after we pull back to 104K. He might see a breakout going up to 108 or 112, and that might be followed by another drop to 99K. Because typically what they like to do, like September is usually bearish for the market, right? But what a lot of these whales and institutional investors like to do, they don't like to bring it straight down to 99K. They want to continue to bull trap you. They want to continue to bull trap you, okay? Because that's going to make you think that once we hit 99K, we are going all the way down. And that's not the case. When we hit 99K, we're probably going to end up going all the way up and recovering. But they want you to be so beat down and exhausted to the point where you're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm selling. And then when you sell it all to them, it starts to pump, and it goes all the way up. So they want to discourage you. They want to beat you down, and they want you to see these ups and downs. They want you to see it go down a lot and then pump and then make you think it's about to recover and go all the way back up until it drops again. And then they want you to feel it again until it drops again. And then again until what? Until another crash. So also, if you look at the MACD, we are about to see some green candlesticks coming in. So once you see this going up, don't be fooled. It's probably another bull trap. Do not be fooled if you see it going up, because the MACD is showing us on the 4-hour chart that we are about to have some recovery to the upside temporarily. But even if you look at the 30-minute chart, this is so bearish. Just look at that. It's bearish. So yeah, just let it go down for a little bit longer. That's all you got to do. And then eventually things will come back around. Anyways, XRP, $20. XRP, $20. 1.2 trillion in market cap. $10. What was $10? $10 like 580 something trillion, something like that. But anyways, this is my predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be back with another video.